Hello guys, Anmarchi here with some Timber and Stone, and today I'm going to be telling you how to survive your first day in Timber and Stone. This is a video idea that I've had for a while. I'm really happy with the game Timber and Stone. It's one of my favorites, and I thought that I would do a little tutorial about how to survive your first day. So first thing you do, you're doing good, right? You downloaded the game, it's running on your computer, everything is going well. But now you see, you're at the screen, and you click New Game. And I'm just going to call this How to Survive First. Oh, not enough space. How to Survive. Confirm. Map size. Now you got small, medium, large. Okay? Now, the difference is obviously size, and I have played with small, medium, and large maps, and I have had no problem with having an issue of space. I've never been like on a small, I need more space. I've never felt that way. Personally, I think that you should do it off of your computer specs. If your computer, doesn't really lag that much, it's a newer computer, maybe you just built it, it's fast, I would run large. I'd go large all the way, If you don't think your computer would have a problem running it, go large. But for the purposes that I have, if you're going to be recording, like I am, or something like that, I would go medium. Medium is more than enough. So, now it takes a little while to load here, and probably if I had a faster computer, it'd go a little quicker. But, you see, that's the main difference in map size. I've never had a problem like, oh, I'm running out of space. Now, it generated this big old map in for us, right? And you can see we have different, like, biomes. So we got a river that cuts the map right here, this nice river. And then we have, right in our right, we have the grassland, forest, swamp, desert, tundra, mountains, water. So I would want to settle next to water, and you can see that this little white dot is where I'm going to settle thing. And I think that a great place to settle would be right here. You're surrounded by water, you got tons of space. Now, it gives us all the specifications of the place that we just chose. We chose a grasslands biome. Okay, so far so good. Hilly, okay. Trees, medium. Water, coastal, and a river. Tin, frequent. Copper, occasional. Iron, coal. This stuff, common, that's good. You want all commons, right? Sheep, common, tree, common. We got to worry about trees. Trees is at medium. That's probably enough. Again, for the most part, you never really are like, I'm running out of space, And if you're watching this, you're probably just getting started, so you won't feel like you've run out of space. I click confirm, but it takes a little while just to generate in our map here. Here we go, it's loading. But I've never really had a problem. The only advantage to water is that you're going to have the opportunity to go fishing. Now, here we are. This is we get to look at our map before we decide if we want to settle here. And this is a pretty cool looking map. You see, this is this river that we saw, the river that sliced the map. And look at how much space there is. See, there's a lot of space. There's a lot of space. I think that the space is the same no matter what map size you choose, but if you're confused about the controls, what I'm doing is your mouse, if you want to rotate the camera, you just right-click, hold down, and then spin your mouse around to spin around the camera. Now, if you want to move around your map, you can use WASD, which is my personal favorite, or you can just take your mouse and push it to the corners of your screen, and it will go in that direction. Now, you see this is how fast I'm moving, but if I want to move quickly, I could hold down Shift, and then hit A, and I could zoom around my map. Okay, now, where to settle in your map? Where to settle? I said you want to settle near water, probably, right? I'd also recommend settling in a corner. Now, that's going to be problematic based on the map that we chose. It's going to be hard to settle near water and settle in a corner. But I think that the best way to do that would be to settle in this corner, right? Right up on top of this hill. I think that'd be a good place. So, now that I've decided to settle here, I'm going to click Settle Here. And now I have this little blue thing, right? Let's zoom in a little, and you just zoom with your scroll wheel. I have this little blue thing, and I get to choose where to put down my first settlement. This is the first settlement I'm going to have, and as far as where you put it, it doesn't really matter. Your units are going to be able to move once you get them going, but I'm just going to put mine down right there. Boom. Position chosen, start game. Now, we're zoomed in. Okay, so this is our guys. We are here. We have 8. I thought I only started us off with 6. That must be a new thing. Now, what I'm going to do right off the bat here is hit P. I paused it. You don't have to pause it as soon as you get in. I'd recommend it, but I just paused it right off the bat so that I could get this going. talk to you guys. Now you see, we're in our map. This is kind of what the view looked like before, but we were much more zoomed out. And now we have guys. So, in yours will look a lot like this, except for the left will look a little different. Now, we have 8 guys here. When I started playing, I thought we only had 6, but I'm going to change some guys up. So, we are going to have, right here, I wrote this down so I didn't do this, 2 foragers. We're going to need a stonemason. So, archer, you're going to change your job to forager. And to change their jobs, you just click on them, right? Click on them. And then you go down to the bottom right here, and you click on the little face, and then you get to choose which job you want them to have. Different jobs have different abilities, per se. They do different things, obviously, because they're different jobs, but you'll eventually need every job if you're playing the game properly. Now, I would say you're going to want to set up with, out of 8, I had this set up for 6, but with 8, my personal, where's farmer? My personal feeling is that you should have, with a set of 8, let me just set them all up, you're going to have your carpenter. Your carpenter is going to help you make tools right off the bat. You're going to have your woodcutter. In fact, 2 woodcutters. They're going to cut down wood for you, of course. 2 foragers. 2 foragers set up. We have a boy and a girl. And they're going to go foraging. We'll get to that in a second. 2 farmers set up at home, because right here off the bat, one of the hardest things for you to do is going to be to get food, right? So you're going to want food quickly, and that's what we're going to work on. Now, I think it's important, I'll get this out of the way now. If you look in my top left-hand corner, I have this little thing that has a little steak, and then 34, that's 34 food, logs, and then 0, stone, and then 4, and then coal, and then 0. Those are resources that I chose to track. Now, you've probably noticed already that in the bottom we have this chat thing. This is just going to tell us what's going on. When you get more units, and even when you have 8 people running at the same time, it's hard to keep your eyes on all of them. This will just, give you a little overview of what they're all doing. Now, if you look up here on the top, we have our design, structures, and resources. Go to resources, and you'll see all your resources that you have. You probably don't have a lot of resources to start off with because you are just starting off. If you find a resource you like, you click on it, right? Raw stone, and it will become more prevalent the more you play the game, which resources you think are important to bookmark and which ones are less important. But I think that raw stone's a really important resource, so I go down here, click on raw stone, go down, see track resource, I click that, and it's being tracked to my top left. I didn't track any new ones because I already have the 4 that I really need tracked. I recommend food and wood. Coal and stone, it's kind of preference, but I just like coal because we'll get into that, I guess. Now, the next step that's important is all these guys, the farmers, the foragers, the woodcutters, they all need tools. Now, how do we make tools? We go structures, workshops, carpentry bench. To make a carpentry bench, we need 2 raw stone. 2 raw stone and 6 wood logs. We don't have any wood logs. So that's going to be a problem. And to get wood logs, we're going to go to our woodcutter. We're going to go into his settings. And we're going to do, now this is another matter of preference, but what I'm going to recommend is you click wait and haul while idle. It's just going to make them easier to group them all together. Automatically re-equip best quality pickaxe and independently chop nearest trees. Independently chop nearest trees is kind of like a preference thing. Is it something that you want? It depends on how, if you want them to wander too far from the group or not. And you'll notice that each different person, now we're on the farmer, has a different set, right? So he has wait and haul while idle and automatically. Sorry about that. I recommend that for every person you click automatically equip best quality whatever. So for the woodcutters, it's going to be automatically equip best quality pickaxe. For the foragers, it's going to be, I don't think the foragers have one. They might. No, they have something else. I wouldn't display blow range when near an enemy, but that's my personal opinion. For these guys, it's automatically equipped best quality hammer, and for this guy, and then for the stonemason, it's the same. Now, we're going to have to unpause it here, and this could be a little overwhelming, a little chaotic if you're not ready, but I'm just going to unpause it, and they're going to go to work. So now you see they all tried to equip stuff, but some of them did not have any tools to equip because it didn't start us with the proper tools to equip. So we're going to wait for him to cut down some wood, and as soon as he does, we're just going to pause it again, just give ourselves another breath. There's a lot to get here in the beginning, and I could do more tutorials, but I'm just trying to get you guys set up. Now, if you look in the top left, it says day 1. Okay? So at the end, after nighttime, it'll say day 2, logically. Each day in this game is about an hour, and each cycle, so you see it says day 1 morning, and then it'll say day 2 late morning, and so on and so forth, afternoon, and all that stuff. And then it'll go on, and I think we need 6 wood for this workshop. Yeah, 6 wood. This sounds actually a little bit annoying. So I'm gonna go, I hit escape, I hit options, and then I go down and I hit music volume off, save changes. That's better. I'm unpausing it. I want him to cut down trees. Now, as far as food, I'm going to set up my foragers settings, gather berries. Now, I actually want my foragers to carry these hunting knives, but we don't have the stuff to make hunting knives yet. We don't have any hunting knives. It's going to be a while before we get hunting knives. And I said, okay, taking this back. I said 2 farmers. My bad. I meant to say a farmer and a miner. I was a little overwhelmed when we had 8 people. Now with the miner, what you're going to want to do is give him an area to chop. And by that you go design, dig mine, and you click and drag, and then everything in there. So click and drag, and everything in there will get cut down. So what I would recommend is you give him a lot to chop. Give him a lot to chop, a lot to cut up, and then just have him always working. And don't worry, that red doesn't stay there. As soon as you get out of design, it keeps going. Now, we go to our guy. Let's go to his information page, and we could see that as he cuts stuff down, let's watch it. It says level 1, and there we go. His level went up a little. So, I hit escape there by accident. Excuse that. You'll see that their levels go up as they complete tasks. Pretty self-explanatory. As their levels go up, they get quicker and stuff like that. So, now we're going to go workshops. We're finally going to be able to build that carpentry bench. Carpentry bench. Going to put it right there. Now, the carpenter, as it would sound, will go over. He'll hammer, bang his hammer a couple times, and wait for it. Wait for it. Carpentry bench. Now, this is going to be useful for making stuff. So I clicked resources like I did before, but you can see it says raw, and I'm going to go down to tools. I'm going to go down to tools, and I'm going to make some tools that I think we need. We need a stone hammer, right? And we have the resources for it, so I'll add one to queue. And then this guy over here started working on it. This guy picked up the task. In order to make tools, you do not need a bench, but to make a lot of stuff, you do need a bench. Okay, so when he's done making this stone axe, which he just finished. Oh. Did he make a stone hammer? No, yeah, he made a stone hammer. My bad. Make a stone axe. Now, let's set up. I'm going to set you up. This is our forager. I'm going to change the forager's profession to a builder. You'll find yourself changing professions all the time. The downside to changing professions is, now see, he's collected some XP towards the next level. If I were to change his profession right now, he would lose all that XP towards the next level. So if you're close to leveling up, I would stop him before he changes profession. I would make sure he levels up first. Now you'll see that when they're done cutting down trees, they leave these little stumps. But this is our main home. I want the stumps removed, so I'm going to click on the stumps near our main home to have them removed. For the most part, you can just leave them, though. Now, all of our guys have headed out in the world, right? Maybe it's too hard to find them. Look on your keyboard, and you'll see that there's a open bracket, close bracket button. It's right next to P. So start clicking it, and then it'll shuffle through your guys. So we got the builder here. We got the miner here. We got the carpenter here. Woodcutter, forager, he's out in the world foraging. Woodcutter, a farmer, and stonemason. So we got them all. Now, foragers will forage for a while, but you don't want them out in the world foraging forever. They'll die out there or something, or they'll run out of berries to pick. So what you're going to want to do is set up a reliable way to get food at home. Go back into your design tab and click on farm. Now you'll see that you have some seeds. We were not blessed with a lot of good seeds. All we got was potato and wheat. I think that's it. Oh, okay, we did get turnip and corn, so it's not that bad. Click on corn, and you'll see we have another selector. We got 6. So I'm going to drag this just like I dragged the dig mine. I'm going to drag it 6 by 1. So now our farmer's going to come over here, forget her name, and she's going to, just like the miner, start hitting the ground. Okay? And she will, eventually. They get a lot faster as they level up, like I said. I'm going to also set her up with turnips right here. We only have 4 of those. But I'm going to get rid of my design, and you see she planted. So that will grow, and when that's done growing, she'll collect it. And, oh, she'll collect it. I'm trying to select that stump, trying to get rid of it. When that's done, she'll collect the seeds, and we'll have food, and we don't have to rely on our foragers. Now let's look into tools. A hunting knife. Yeah, that requires raw stone and wood logs. So let's make one, because we can. Wait for it. It's going across. And carpenters get levels by building things. It's actually a lot easier to do this now that I know you have 8 people, not 6. Okay, now let's find our forager. Here he is, foraging. And he's been doing a great job getting berries. He's really feeding the guys. But I don't really want him to collect berries anymore. I want him to hunt. You could have him hunt for sheep, boar, or chicken. I'm going to have him... I'm going to wait and haul while idle. And I'm going to have him hunt for boar. Will give you meat, which is good for food. Fat and skin, I think. Maybe just fat. I don't know. Chickens will give you feathers, which is good for arrows. But I'm going to have him hunt boar. But he needs a hunting knife, so I'll go here. Equipment, right next to preferences. Main hand, hunting knife. He's got the hunting knife. So let's actually just see how far he is away from base. Yeah, see, he wandered pretty far. And when I want him to come back... Okay, we're lagging a little here. I zoomed out a little too quick. When I want him to come back, I'll select him. Select him with left click, and then right click. And he'll ignore whatever he's doing and walk directly to where I tell him to. So when I'm ready to find him, I'll use my open bracket, close bracket until I find him. And then I will select him to come back here. But I also have him set up to wait in the hall while idle. Okay, we'll get to that in a second too. But it's not even close to nighttime. But we could see that sometime in the future, these guys are going to need a place to go to stay safe. So, what are we going to do for that? We want to build them a little house. Ooh, needs a stone pickaxe. He needs a stone pickaxe. He needs an axe. He needs a hoe. Actually, I don't think he needs a hoe. But let's make him a stone pickaxe. Tools. Stone pickaxe. And you see, we have wood pouring in. We have 49 wood. We have 28. I'm going to make like 5. I made 5. I could have done add 5 to queue, but I just made 1. So now we want to make some. We're going to go workshops, masonry bench. I'm going to put the masonry bench right next to the carpentry bench just for simplicity purposes. But in no need do you need to put it right next to it. It doesn't make a difference. Masonry bench is good for turning stuff like raw stone into cobblestone or something like that. Now, what we're going to do is... see, our farmer, she's just waiting for stuff to grow so that she could tend to it. So I want to keep her constantly busy. I'm going to plant some potato seeds. I'll plant potato seeds right here. This is going to be a little bit messy. You might make this neater in your world. I would recommend you make it a little neater, but this is just for tutorial purposes. Now, we got our masonry bench. So let's go resources, building. I like the way cobblestone 2 looks more than cobblestone 1, but I'll make some cobblestone 1. Click on it, see, resources required, 20 raw stone we have, and masonry bench, stone mason, all set. And let's make 10. So he's just going to start banging his hammer. He's going to make us some. Now that he's making it, we're going to set up our builder here. What's her name? Catherine Morgan, builder. Design, build, and we have started making cobblestone. Did I choose cobblestone or cobblestone 2? Let's just make sure I chose cobblestone. And we'll set her up to build us a little 4x4 house. So, as the cobblestone comes in, Miss Morgan here. Oh, I think that she needs, yes, automatically re-equip best quality hammer. So that's what she's going to do. And she's going to do that. Now, I am worried that our workers are getting too far away from us. This is where our woodcutter is. Where's our other woodcutter? No, that's stonemason. Woodchopper. He's not too far away, but the forager's pretty far away. So now that I've switched to him, he's automatically selected. You can tell he's selected because of the little yellow right next to him. I'm going to make him walk all the way back here. Now, now that we've got all these guys working, they're kind of going on autopilot, right? They'll do their own thing. They'll cut down trees. They'll get us food and all that stuff by themselves. So let's take a look at what we got here. Now, we started off with 0 wood. We're at 59. We started off with 35 food, and we got 40. And these guys eat autonomously. They eat by themselves automatically, no problem. And we got 62 logs, 18 raw stone. We've got coal, iron, tin, silver. We've got wheat. We have animal hair, animal fat, and we have a lot of stuff, and it did not take that long. Okay? So, this game is really fun. Takes a really long, it takes a long time to get into, but if you have little tips like this and people helping you out, it does go a little bit smoother. Now, let's go make some more cobblestone. Now, I only have 18 raw stone, but I'm going to queue up 60 cobblestone. So as the raw stone comes in, he's going to turn it into cobblestone. And she is going to start building with it as soon as she gets the cobblestone. So, again, very automatic. They kind of do this all by themselves. They just go. And you see, eventually, we have 72 logs. I might take some of these guys off wood chopping and give them a new job because they cut down enough trees, and the trees will regrow eventually. And there's so much stuff to do in this game, and I can't include it all in one tutorial. But I could try. So, his stone pickaxe broke. We'll just make more. But I think that's all I'm going to fit in for today. As far as what we would continue to do, we'd continue to farm. And then eventually I would take the foragers off foraging and focus on farming more because it's a more reliable way to get food. And I might set up a fisherman down there and some other stuff. So I'm going to use this as a tutorial world. If you guys want to see any more tutorials, just tell me below. You can pick up Timber and Stone. I'll leave a link to where to buy the game in the description. It's a really fun game. It's a really good time. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.